5 things you should ask your photographer before you hire them. I relate hiring a photographer to shopping for ranch dressing. Stay with me. You go to the grocery store and you're like, cool, I'm just gonna go pick up a bottle of ranch dressing. Gonna have a salad, dunk my carrot sticks in there. And you get to the salad dressing aisle and there's like 70 different kinds of ranch. You're like, well, the Chipotle ranch would be pretty exciting, but the organic vegan one is probably the smart choice. I should probably do that because I'm a smart person. But then there's restaurant style and that one just feels, like kind of close to home. You're like, I don't know, I'm familiar with this one. Maybe I should go with that one. Do you go fat free? I don't know. Is that even better? Do they have like sugar and preservatives in those? It's super confusing and there's too many options. So how do you find the best one for you without buying all of them first and then, figuring it out later? Hiring a photographer, kind of the same thing. But I got a cheat code for you. I'm going to give you the 5 questions to ask your photographer before you hire them so you don't have to go hire a bunch of them to figure out which one is the right one. Hello, my name is Mike Lloyd. I'm a professional photographer. I've been doing this for 12 years, teaching it for 10, and I like to think I know a thing or two about what to do. Also, cheers. This is the 3rd time I've recorded this video because the first time I deleted the video before I uploaded it. And the second time the microphone wasn't plugged in. So I just poured myself a little glass of whiskey to celebrate. The best version you will ever see of this video. All right, so when you hire a photographer, a lot goes into it. And if you've never hired a photographer or you've tried and you've had a bad experience, you're like, ugh, I don't want to repeat that. I don't know what to do. Mike, save me. Well, I got you. So here's 5 questions to ask your photographer. And 2 of them kind of aren't really questions, but, bear with me here. The first one, can you see yourself in those photos? That is a question, but it's not one you're going to ask your photographer. 3 things to actually ask your photographer. Point number 2, timeline. Number 3, the budget. Number 4, how will you actually receive the photos? And then number 5, also not a question, but whatever, do you vibe with them? So, number 1, do you see yourself in the photos? This isn't, do you like their photography? Because you may think they're extremely talented, but it's not for you. There are a lot of opera singers out there, phenomenal voices. I'm not really into opera, like Looney Tunes, all day. But otherwise, if it's not Kill the Wabbit, probably not going to be into the opera. I respect it for what it is, not my jam. I also don't really watch Looney Tunes, just trying to make conversation. The point is, just because you like it doesn't mean it's a good fit for you. So when you look at a photographer's images, rather than thinking, hey, those are really cool images, I should hire this photographer. But then you go to them and you're like, okay, I know that you shoot nothing but this really dark, moody, dramatic stuff like I do, but I put together this Pinterest board of all kinds of photos that I think would be really cool if we took in my session. I have a video about showing your photographer a Pinterest board. It's linked down below. Go check it out. That's not going to work. That's like going to an Italian restaurant and being like, you guys make the best ravioli in town. Can you whip up some sushi for me? You're so good at cooking. I would just love to try your sushi. They're not going to do it because they're an Italian restaurant. Photography is the same way. We're artists. We're creatives. We make magic with what's inside. And we don't copy other people's styles. We don't recreate other people's work. So if you can't look at the photos and see yourself in those photos, you're not going to be a good fit. No matter how much you love their work, if you don't see yourself in the images, move on. Number 2 is timeline, because when you do the photo shoot and when you get all of your finished photos, those aren't at the same time. And we want to make sure that you get everything back by the time you need it. So if you need them for your wedding, if you got a birthday you're giving them to somebody for, you want to book them for your own birthday or an anniversary or whatever the occasion may be, you need to plan ahead. Because again, every photographer is booked out by a certain amount of time. The really good ones are booked out even farther. It may be a few weeks, it may be a few months, it might be a year. I know some photographers who book out a whole calendar year the previous fall, and every fall they'll book out the whole next year. So you got to plan, 9 to 12 months ahead of time if you want to book a session with those photographers. Other ones might only be booked out a few weeks or a few months, but you got to ask. Also, you're going to go in and do the photo shoot, and you're likely going to come back in a couple weeks to actually pick out the photos that you like. That's how I do it. 2 to 3 weeks after your shoot, you'll come back, view all your edited images, pick out your prints. I got a great process for that. But some photographers will also do same day reveals, meaning you do the photo shoot on September 1. You come back an hour after your session, they've culled the images, done a quick color correction on them, and you'll pick out your favorites right there and how you want to print them, which is great. But you still don't get the photos that day because they're not edited and they haven't been printed. So if you want a legit photographer, there's going to be the time lapse between the shoot to when the photos are edited, to when they're printed, to when you can pick them up. I would plan for no less than a month. 2 months is like your absolute safe zone. But every photographer is different. Maybe they don't print things at all and they only give you digital photos and you can get those the day of your shoot, but then they're probably not going to look very good and they're probably not going to be a great photographer. Other ones might be booked out 12 months and you got to wait a long time. So ask your photographer, can I get my photos back by the time that I need them? And always give yourself more time than you think you're going to need, because especially with supply chain issues we've had in the last couple of years and just everything happening beyond any of our control, we do the best that we can, but sometimes we can't control everything. All right, number 3 is budget. This also is kind of number 4 also, is how are the photos being delivered? Because you can't just ask a photographer, how much does it cost to work with you? Because we need more information. So generally, a photographer will have 2 phases of operation: the session fee and the prints. And the session fee time is the photo shoot. Maybe it's hair and makeup, maybe the preparation guide, posing guidance. They have a client closet. I'm like looking at mine. All the client wardrobe you have access to. These things are included in the session fee. It's what you pay to book the photographer. Then the photos are purchased separately. And again, some photographers are like, no, I'll just give you all the photos at the end of it. Spoiler alert, those are not going to be great photos and you're not going to have a great time, but you're not going to spend very much money, so you're only going to waste a little bit of money and time. So a legit photographer will have a second appointment with you called a reveal or an ordering appointment, something like that, which is when you'll go through all the photos together and they'll be like, these are the albums I do and the wall art that I do and the different ways we can print your photos. How would you like to take them? Cool. Now let's narrow them down, collect your payment, and everybody is groovy. So that session happens later and those pictures are purchased separately. So when you ask a photographer, how much does it cost to work with you? Well, here's my session fee. Here's what most of my clients plan to spend. That is a ballpark. So I would say that's a good way to go, just to get an idea of, is this going to be a $500 experience, a $2,000 experience, a $10,000 experience? Just get an idea for what things could cost, because every client is different. Some will come in and buy the base album for $1,500, and some will come in and buy everything for $10,000, and everywhere in between. And there's no right and wrong answer. It's whatever's the best fit for you and based on what your photographer offers. So find out, how will the photos be delivered, and then what does all of that sort of cost in a ballpark, and then decide if that's going to be a good fit for you. All right, number 5, and again, this one isn't a question to ask a photographer, but more, I guess, to ask yourself. Do you vibe with the photographer? Because you might look at somebody's stuff and think, wow, they do phenomenal work, and they're in my budget. Oh, snap. This is going to be perfect. And then you get them on the phone, and they're like, hello, yes, I would love to photograph your family. And you're like, holy smokes, you're a serial killer. So maybe that's not a great fit, right? Get on the phone with your photographer. This is invaluable. I do not let anyone book me until we've had a phone call, because it's not just so that they know I'm not a serial killer, but I also want to know you're not a serial killer. In all seriousness, though, I want to know that we're a good fit, because different people have different personalities, different energy levels, and you can tell when you talk to somebody. An email that you've copy-pasted and sent out saying, hey, are you available on this day? What does it cost? You're never going to get that vibe. I honestly don't even respond to those emails because those aren't my people. But if you want to book a phone call with me, and again, I don't book anyone who hasn't done a phone call with me, then we can chat. I want to know, who are you? What are you about? Why are we doing this photo shoot? Are we going to be a good fit for each other? It's like doing a job interview. You're not just seeing if you're good enough to work for that company. You want to find out if you even want to work for that company. It's a two-way street. And that's how you should treat this whole operation. That's the point of this video. So you have the tools in front of you to pick the right photographer before, you make that last decision and sign the contract. So, do you vibe? Do they seem like a cool person you'd want to hang out with? Because you're going to be vulnerable in front of the camera. You're going to express yourself. You need to be comfortable with that person, and you can generally tell after a super quick phone call if this is somebody that you would actually want to hang out with, spend time with, and who will leave you in a good mood. So those are the 5 things to ask yourself/your photographer before you hire them. Number 1, can you see yourself in the photos? Number 2, what is the timeline of getting everything back? Numbers 3 and 4, what's your budget and what do you get at the end? And number 5, do you vibe with that photographer? And you're like, that's cool, Mike, but where do I even start looking for a photographer at this point? Well, I got a video link down below, how to find a photographer near you. And if you would like to work with me, I would love to get on a phone call with you before you book me. You can find me at MikeLloydStudios.com. You are amazing. We'll see you inside.